Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be going over the Packers versus Ravens game. Very entertaining game. Packers coming away with the victory. Let's talk about it in today's video. Before we get started though, please drop a quick like and a sub on today's video. That would really help my channel grow. I'd really appreciate that. And with that said, let's dive right into the video and I hope you enjoy. So Packers get the win on Sunday. They move to 11-3 on the season. The Ravens fall to 8-6. In this game, sure, the Ravens didn't have a ton of players, and we'll get to that in just a second. But this is a really big game with massive playoff implications. That's why it was America's Game of the Week on Fox. But you know, this was a really solid football game. And let's start with the Packers for a sec. I mean, this was Aaron Rodgers doing Aaron Rodgers type things, surgical, accurate, tons of touchdown passes all day, putting the ball wherever it needed to be. Marquez Valdes-Scantling had a big day, about 100 receiving yards, touchdown. Davante Adams had a touchdown catch. Aaron Jones had a touchdown catch. Rodgers was dishing the ball out to everyone. These were all the guys with catches. Aaron Jones had a catch. A.J. Dillon had a catch. Josiah DeGuara had a catch. Mercedes Lewis had a catch. Tyler Davis, Alan Lazard, Davante Adams, Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Tons of guys touched the football for this Packers team. And this was a classic Aaron Rodgers just dishing the ball out and being surgical. The Packers were really dominant on first down. I think they averaged about 8 or 9 yards per play on first down. I mean, they were super efficient on that first down, and that's really what set them up. For this team, they did what they had to do. They got the ball into situations where they needed to get the ball into, and they were really never behind the chains. They started off a little bit slowly. The Ravens punched them in the mouth early. They started the game off hot. But after those first few minutes, the Packers just did what the Packers do. And, A.J. Dillon and the Aaron Jones-A.J. Dillon combo on the ground is something that's like really interesting to see. We saw more of it in today's game. Aaron Jones got the bulk of carries, but A.J. Dillon had a touchdown carry. He's, it's almost a split backfield here. It's not fully Aaron Jones anymore like it has been in previous seasons. But, they've got a real nice 1-2 punch. Aaron Jones, that faster, dynamic back, and A.J. Dillon, really that power back, that hard-nosed runner, the guy who's going to get those tough yards. So we saw a little bit of that, and we saw a little bit of that 1-2 punch in today's game, something that really helped them out. But this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. They are really doing what they have to be doing, getting the ball into dangerous spots, being effective and efficient on first and third downs, not turning the ball over. They did what they had to do, and they came out of Baltimore with a win because of that. Defensively, that first half wasn't pretty. They got a little bit of pressure on Tyler Huntley, but overall they weren't setting the edge. Number one, they were allowing Tyler Huntley to move outside the pocket and really utilize his legs to extend plays and pick up yards on the ground. But more importantly, they had a little bit of some matchup issues, especially against Mark Andrews. Darnell Savage was on Mark Andrews for a majority of that first half, and wow, Darnell Savage got burned time and time again. So that wasn't good. Those are really the key takeaways, I think, from the Packers. Devondrae Campbell had a sack in the first half, but Russell Douglas was targeted a lot. He had a couple tackles, 6 tackles. Overall, this Packers secondary was tested. They were definitely tested. But with that said, they did enough. They closed the gap in the second half, really closed off those inconsistencies and those issues and got the win. And then if you're the Ravens, I thought the Ravens played as good as you can against a really good Packers team, number 1, 2, without your starting quarterback in Lamar Jackson. I thought Tyler Huntley played well. Didn't really do that many great things, but he was consistent with the football, relied on his playmakers in Mark Andrews and Marquise Brown a lot. I think Marquise Brown got targeted quite a few times. It wasn't for that many yards, but Mark Andrews was really a big playmaker for them. Over 100 receiving yards on the day and 2 touchdowns. Tyler Huntley had 2 touchdowns through the air. Overall, the Ravens did what they could do, but that was kind of their mentality going into this game. Going to this game, they wanted to keep the game close. They wanted to have a chance in the fourth quarter, and they did. They messed up. They messed up a fourth down in that fourth quarter. 2-possession game gave the Packers an opportunity to score some more points, and that was pretty much it. They kept it semi-close. Their defense kind of collapsed in the second half. Patrick Queen was really good for them. Had over 10 tackles. He was all over the field for this team. Josh Bynes had a sack. Justin Houston had half a sack. Tyus Bowser had half a sack. So they got a little bit of pressure on Aaron Rodgers, not too much. But overall, this was a Mark Andrews. I mean, Mark Andrews was fantastic in this game. Really, really, really good. Showing why he's being paid the big bucks for this Ravens team. But overall, Tyler Huntley did what he could do as a backup quarterback. Nice game for a backup quarterback, but couldn't quite get the win. And if you look at just like the total yards and stats, I mean, the Packers were just more efficient and effective on the ground and through the air. They were more effective on third downs. They had more first downs. They were just a better team overall, better defensively. That's why they got the win. So overall, this is a big win for the Packers. They moved to 11-3, trying once again to fight for that first seed in the NFC. It's such a tight race there with the Cardinals losing, the Packers winning, and then you've got obviously the Buccaneers playing later. There's a ton of teams in contention for that first seed, but the Packers maintain the winning streak, keep the winning feeling going to try and get that first seed. And then if you're the Ravens, this just makes a really, really tight and competitive AFC North. I mean, with the Steelers in contention, the Browns play tomorrow, the Bengals right with them, the Ravens obviously moving to 8-6, but all those teams are gonna be in the playoff race towards the end of the season. I mean, they all are. They're all solid teams. The Ravens probably are the best team in that division. Them or the Bengals, I'd say. Honestly, the Browns, depending on the day. But it's a tough loss for them. Obviously, there's not much they can do without their elite quarterback and without some of their playmakers, especially in the secondary. I mean, they had no quarters. Something that I didn't really mention. I mean, they were without almost all of their starting quarters. Obviously, they were without Marlon Humphrey already. They were without Marcus Peters already due to injuries from more or less the beginning of the season. But they were without some of their starters for most parts of the season too. So they did as well as they could. I still think that they're a team to watch out for and a team to look out for. But after that loss to the Dolphins a couple of weeks ago, they have been on the downturn. Obviously, Lamar Jackson not 100% healthy isn't going to help them. But they're a sneaky team and they can gang up on you defensively. So this was overall a good game. I just think that the Packers are going to be a really scary team to play when it comes to December and January and late in the season. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs. They've pretty much got the NFC North on lock at this point. It's just, can they get that one seed? They keep the winning streak going, so they try and get that positioning going. And then for the Ravens, I mean, they're going to need to rebound at some point. They're going to need to hustle back into it. They're going to need to pick up some wins down the stretch if they want to get into the playoffs. But they're in the right spot to do it, especially if they get Lamar Jackson back. There's nothing to worry about. But overall, I thought that the real guys from today's game that really stepped up for the Packers, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, massive day for him. Then you got Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Davante Adams through the air too. I thought they were pretty big. And then for the Ravens, Mark Andrews was really the difference maker at keeping them in this game, especially in that first half. Helping kick the Packers in the mouth early with over 100 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. So those are the guys to watch out for in today's game. But overall, big win for the Packers, tough loss for the Ravens, but massive playoff implications from this game. And with that said, that's pretty much going to end the video for today. Did you agree with my analysis? Why or why not? Leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you're new around here, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, see ya.